Pour libérer le pays qu'on enchaîne, briser ses liens et massacrer ses ennemis. Il faut des gars endurcis à la peine, chacun pour tous et tous pour un réuni.
It's RFI 48, I think. And we're gonna do some more Peste Noire shit because they're my favorite band, motherfucker!
Suck my dick!
This week, we're actually going to take an in-depth look at just one of their songs because I had some insights on it last time I was listening to it in the car. A lot of thoughts going through my head. Not just thoughts of thoughts, as it were. Goth Latina, GF, etc., whatever. So let's get it started with the intro to this particular song. So the beginning of this song is all about sensory overload simulating the Nietzschean concept of Untergang, wherein you reevaluate all values, so you are completely subsumed by the chaos of the universe. And then out of that chaos you create your own order. Let's listen. So you have multiple voices working in sort of a Baroque counterpoint in each ear, slowly devolving into chaos as it builds in intensity. This is the Nietzschean Untergang. But then the song straightens itself out into a repetitive melody symbolizing the new order. However, all is not well. We live in a universe of chaos, and from time to time, even after we impose a new order on it, chaos will rear its head. So in the yo, 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 devolving into chaos there, and dissolving, we can see the fact that there is a chaotic undercurrent to the universe that we have to impose order on, lest it overtake us and destroy our lives and morality. Oh wait, I'm getting a message, guys. Apparently that actually wasn't a Peste Noire song. So I'm gonna look through my notes here real quick. I guess we're supposed to be talking about Nique Volvi, which I'm sure I butchered, the fourth song off of Peste Noire's self-titled 2013 album. So let's actually have a listen to that. No more jokes, guys. So, moody, clean guitar intro. Staple of Peste Noire's bag of musical tricks. Bass comes in. Funny story about this bassist, he's French but like of partially Indonesian descent, so they used that to trick the Canadian authorities into thinking they weren't racist or whatever, so they could do a tour up there. Good times. It's kind of old jangly Red Hot Chili Peppers-ish thing. Reminds me of the end of Under the Bridge. Pretty catchy stuff. Definitely out of the ordinary for a black metal song. And there is the man of the hour himself, Fami. Abrupt transition incoming. And now we get into the main meat of this song. Various guitar techniques being used in this riff. We got string bends, little two-finger trills, hitting harmonics while palm muting to get that noise, you know? And guest vocals from Melkor of Woods of Infinity, the Swedish band. So the reason that this album is self-titled is it was supposed to be a summation of their career up to that point and of the black metal movement in general. So there's guest appearances throughout the album, including this one by Melkor. Now we're getting a little bit more of that hip-hop influence I mentioned last week, as they shout at each other over very noisy riffs. So let's talk about the two guest appearances in this track. We have Melkor from Woods of Infinity, a Swedish band, who take a lot of influence from the Norwegian band Forgotten Woods, and how they take the Burzum template and then emphasize the interaction between guitar and bass and drums, as opposed to just layering sounds and moving them around. They're also notable for their pioneering usage of very abrupt transitions, such as this one. So you can definitely tell this album was a pretty big influence on Peste Noire. He's stated that it's one of his favorites several times. And by he, I mean Famin, the main guy behind Peste Noire. So that's kind of what Woods of Infinity are about in a nutshell. Very depressing, but also warped and psychotic, and harkening back to elements of Norwegian black metal that others might have forgotten. The second guest appearance in this track is from Roman Sanko of Hate Force and Druidic. Druidic was probably most people's introduction, at least in the West, to kind of Eastern European nationalist black metal. They're definitely one of the more popular bands from that scene, but Roman's contributions to this particular Peste Noire song, Nike Volvi, are definitely more in line with what he did in Hate Forest. So, they've taken another Norwegian black metal template, this of the old Blast and Immortal variety, before they got more thrashy. And they've added death metal vocals and an overall sonorous, deep quality to the music. It's like drilling these simplistic riffs into your head through sheer force of will. So now that we've been introduced to our two guests, let's continue our Peste Noire feast. So this is an interesting section. It's another very hip-hop-ish one when you see what they do with the vocals. So there's going to be a little bit of a shouty trade-off between two different recordings of Famin in each of your ears. Nice gunshot. He's gotta have him, guys. Here it comes. Maybe I was wrong. There it is. And then we are collapsing into a very Woods of Infinity-esque transition.
Samsung dernier cri va te foutre dans le cul, espèce de pute. Tu pousseras un dernier cri.
So the song is now degraded into nothing but his vocals and that bass line. And a nice little burp at the end. But then we get into the other side of that collapse into darkness. Hey, isn't that the outro from last week's episode? Sure is. Check out those dank horns. And we've hit straight up thrash riffs given a Peste Noire twist. Oh, there's your Nietzschean chaos. But we shall impose order onto this riff by counting. No, more of those hip-hop things going on. I like how they do it in a way that isn't like retarded. It's actually just interesting. It fits very well with their ethos of sort of modern urban combat. And then here, with a little bit of a vocal trick, we transition from Famin's vocals to Roman's as they pitch shift down. And there's Roman. That was a nice little studio trick. And the music itself will eventually transition into slightly more Hate Forest-esque type stuff as it gradually gets faster. Before we're going into full-on blasting right around now. Maybe not right around now. It's coming though. I forgot how gradual this transition is. I guess they're a little too subtle for my low IQ. There it is. So we've had multiple generations of black metal from all over the European continent collapsed into one track. And a dank solo, everybody! That was actually what initially drew a lot of attention to Peste Noire with the solos. Wow, that's getting really weird. I like it. We're getting to that urban combat thing right around here as the guitars turn into sirens. So that was a good time. But yeah, this idea of kind of uniting all of these European nationalist black metalers under one banner is something that runs through all of Peste Noire, even the intro to their most famous music video.
Comment t'appelles ça en russe, toi?
Casse-tête.
Casse-tête. C'est comme en français. Casse-tête.
So in that part of the video, Famine holds up a set of brass knuckles to a Russian compatriot as they're beating the shit out of someone and throwing them in the trunk of a car, and asks, what do you call this in Russian? And he says, casse-tête. And he says, that's the same thing we call it in French. And then he boffs the motherfucker in the face and they shut the trunk on him. So it's essentially a celebration of white brotherhood and hooliganism in the face of the gradually feminizing influence of late-stage Western capitalism. So until next time, keep it real or something, I guess. I don't know. Bye.